Hello to Mariah. It's Halloween. I'm down in the cellar doing a live stream. Can you hear me? Can anybody hear me? Because this volume's playing up on my mic. Can you hear me? Hi. Leo, can you tell me if you can hear me? Can anybody hear me? Now, can you hear me now? Yes. Can you hear me now? Now? Can you hear me now? Oh, why are you so useless at this? Right, it's Halloween. I'm down in the basement, and I thought I'd do something a bit odd. A live stream of me making these, which are little skull jig heads. And I'd planned to do this last week for Halloween, but everything's gone wrong. I think these are actually cursed. My compressor's died. My pressure tank's got a leak. So I'm just going to make them anyway. Let's just tilt this down. You can see what we're doing. Right, let me just get some jump. So I made the original from some clay and sculpted. It's very white, so you can't see it there. But basically, it's milliput, epoxy putty, and I've sculpted that onto one of these, a standard jig head. And then what I did with that is I made a mould. If I open this mould up, don't get excited about the mould again, people. It's only a skull head. So there. And what I'm going to do is cast some resin. This is cold casting is the technique I'm using here. I'm not going to be answering many questions. Basically, cold casting is, instead of using metal, it's using resin and a metal mix. And what it is it's lighter. Obviously, you don't need to heat anything up. The downside is it doesn't give you a perfect metallic finish. You get like a, I don't know whether you can see that, like a highlighted sheen. So it kind of looks like lead or dark pewter. So I'm going to get on with this. I'll show you what I've got to do first. Here's my mould, which we've seen before. I'm going to put some aluminium powder in this. Let me just see if I can tilt this down so you can see it. There we go. Right. There's a bit of aluminium powder. Let me just see if the light changes for that. Where's my spoon gone? So I don't need much of this actually. What I'm going to do is drop that into the cavity. This is going to form, basically it's going to coat the mould with aluminium powder. And if I get that knead round, you can see that there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop the waste back into here. Yeah, it's not gone all the way around. Let's have a go again. It really needs to coat the inside of this mould, because this is what's going to give the jig some shine. Yeah, it's completely coated it there. Ooh. See if you can see that, it's coated the inside of the mould. I'm going to get rid of the excess. Right, so I've got a standard, this is an 8-gram jig head on a hook. Well, of course it's a bloody jig head. What I'm going to do is, because this is a very tight mould, I'm going to file a bit of this off. Just a standard file. can see that. Can you see that? Do the other side. So if you look at that now, you can see that I've flattened the sides. I'm going to pop this. This actually fits into the mould back a bit. You see that there? I'm going to pop that in. I've got a bit of wood that's going to go around and hold the mould together. It's just got masking tape on it. That's about right. Can you see that? Let me just see if you can see that properly. Right, okay, resin. I'm just wondering, is this light too that better? Okay. So I'm using this polyurethane resin. It's just Easy Flow 60 standard polyurethane resin. Really cheap. I think these 2 bottles cost me 12 quid. Is it too bright now or is it working? If I stay in there in shadow, that's a bit better, isn't it? That a bit better? Yeah, the bottle is too... Just trying to see if I can shadow that. There, maybe there. Easy Flow 60. Standard polyurethane resin, dries white, 2-part liquid. I'm going to take 3 mils of this. I've got syringes in the top of the bottle. So 3 mil of that. Should actually have some gloves on. And then, what I'm going to do with this is mix a bit of a tiny amount of. Let me see if I can come forward. I've got some more aluminium powder. I'm going to mix it into this basically. Boom, 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 boom. I'll answer some questions in a minute. I'll just get this done first. So that's aluminium, Easy Flow 60. I'm going to put the other half in now. This is the other part of the resin that's going to set it off. Again, 3 mils of this. Yeah, I'm having a lot of problem with the light here actually. You're all saying it's too bright. Maybe if I turn one of these off. Hang on. Let me just see if I can. I don't think that's made any difference. Slightly better. Maybe if I come in, let's move this and bring it right in down. That might be better. That better? Much better. Right, okay, where were we? So I've got my other part of my resin. I've got 3 mil of this. I'm going to put this. Normally I'd do this with gloves on, but the trouble is if I put gloves on, it's just going to completely blow out because they're white latex gloves. Yeah, change the cover pad. So I'm mixing these 2 parts together. I've got about a minute to mix these, to be honest, before they start to. I think there's a work time of about 4 to 5 minutes. Maybe 4 minutes if I'm exaggerating. Alright, Matt, check. Camera's drifting. Turn that around. Whee! So I'm just going to mix that thoroughly. I did have a proper mixing stick, but I've lost it. Alright. That's long enough, I can't really be bothered. This has got a spout on it, it's got a big spout on the mould, and I'm going to pour it down there. Yeah, I can see it's going down there. There's a little vent on the other side. This side is a little vent. And what I'm going to do is burp it, which is just basically squidging it like that. And that should pop any air out. The great thing about this aluminium and resin mix is normally the aluminium, because it's heavier than the resin, sinks to the bottom and pushes any bubbles out of the details. But I'm gonna do this. Is my exercise routine. I do this twice a day. It keeps me thin. I can't believe you're watching this. Mr. Floppy, £8 is a jack too. Oh, sorry. I can't believe you're out in YouTube land watching this, me squeezing silicone. Normally what I do with this is I've got a big pressure pot and I'd stick it in a pressure pot and jack it up to 40 psi. The trouble is my compressor's died this evening for some reason. Right, I'm going to leave that. That's probably enough. So leave that for about 5 minutes and see how we get on. That's how I practice. Any questions? Go on. You've got 5 minutes while me bloody resin sets to give me some questions. Matt check. What's your question? Hello from Hello Sweden. No questions? Any questions? Anybody? When will I be making a big soft plastic layer? I'm meant to be... I don't know, to be honest. I've been messing around using liquid polyurethane resin instead of silicone, instead of the normal soft plastic. So I might have a go with that, but at the moment I'm just messing around with small stuff, so I don't really know when I'm going to do something big. Would you like to combine 3D printing? Yes, I would. I'm not got a 3D printer, but it's something I'm going to try. What's your costume? This is me. I'm sponsored by Superdry. This belly is a prosthetic. It's not actually real. It's something I made from silicone. The rest of it's all me. Many people have asked me tonight where I got this mask from. Will you be making... what's that? Show the process. I'm waiting for the resin to cure. Yeah, still a bit long. Any other questions? What mic am I using? I'm using a Rode lav mic. Slow down. Any fishing trips planned? I plan to go to Ireland and see Maciek of Mel Lairs and go fishing with him again. Hopefully this month. Do you plan a hard swim bait? Yeah, I've got one and I need to finish it, to be honest. So I really want to sculpt that. What I did want to ask you is, what do you want to see in live streams? Can I send my 3D prints for you? You could do, actually, if you want to send me an email and show me what you've got. I'll certainly have a look at your 3D prints if you want to maybe do a joint project of moulding them. We should do an exchange, a home layer. Airplane. Marchek's telling me I can't come to Ireland because I'm too fat. Polyester resin. The trouble with polyester resin and aluminium is polyester resin stinks to high heaven. Do you sell the layers that I make? No. Why I'm making these skull jig heads is basically as a giveaway for my patrons again at Patreon, which are the people who support this channel. Because at the moment, YouTube, I don't want to bloody moan, to be honest, but at the moment it's kind of financially, it's not actually worth me making videos anymore. I just don't get paid enough money to do it, and that's getting less and less and less, to be honest. So if you want to keep this channel running, you want to support, and you want a chance at winning some stuff, then get over to Patreon. I'll post a link, or you'll find it on my channel, and put some money down to keep this channel running. Also, if you're a tackle company and you're looking to sponsor somebody, I'm here. I will accept any kind of money. Yeah, ad revenue's down. That's what people are saying. You know, YouTube's it's kind of, I don't want to say a downward spiral, but it kind of is a downward spiral. It seems to be that more effort I'm putting into the videos, actually, the less I'm getting out. So that's just life, isn't it? I really enjoy making the videos, and it's great to try all this stuff. And also speak to you bunch of, I don't know what the hell you bunch of other people out there. But it's basically not enough. So over to Patreon. I think this is all. No, it's not. Still a bit longer. Any questions? Any more questions? Shameless sellout. Yes, it is a shameless sellout. So when you go to work tomorrow, what I suggest you do is you hand your wages back and tell them you work for nothing. Yeah, same shameless sellout. Everything costs money. I've got to pay for stuff like everyone else. Cameras cost money and the equipment costs money. So that's life, unfortunately. If it was all free, I wouldn't be bothered, would I? Check my channel out. When do you make merch? What the hell is merch? Yes, can I try and test one of these in my next video? No, as I said, I'm sending these out to my Patreon patrons. I'm doing a lucky dip draw. I think I'm going to be able to make about 6 of these and then send them out. Keep up the good work, mate. You've given me loads of ideas. Cheers. That's what I do this for, really, is just to share some ideas. Merch, probably merchandise. There we go. I tried merchandise before and it was a bit of a nightmare, to be honest. Somebody did ask me for a t-shirt, and I think they're about 24 quid a piece for a t-shirt, or $24 in the States. So if you're interested in a t-shirt, I can restart that if people actually want to buy them. Here we go. No, still waiting for my resin to cure. Any other questions? Make bodybuilding. Lovely little float making videos. Can't get the materials here in the USA. Yeah, it's a difficult one. I mean, with floats, to be honest, the reed you can get in the USA, the reed you get all around the world. It's getting the little plastic bits and bobs, but I'm not sure that they use that much. Do some promotion for my channel now. I don't know what to do promotion wise. I suppose I can tell you what I really enjoy doing about it. What do I want to do? I want to make bloody films about fishing and making layers, and I suppose I do that in a way. It's just, I think the problem is that it's finding a big enough market to do it. You know, I'm not bloody Casey Neistat. I'm a guy who's doing something really a bit odd. You know, making fishing layers still by hand is really a bit odd. You know, if I was doing standard layer fishing videos or challenge fishing videos, then I'd probably do a lot better. But this is my thing, and this is what I'm into, is making fishing layers and sharing that with other people and seeing what other people do. And a lot of people from around the world have sent me pictures. It'd be good one day to go through them and just post them online of all the kind of pictures people have sent me of layers they've made after being inspired by this channel. Do the dab. My son does the dab. My son, there we go. So what the difficulty is with ad revenue falling away. Do you like porn? Yes, okay. The difficulty is with ad revenue falling away is it limits what I can do, basically. So I think the thing is, if a sponsor could come in, somebody who kind of shared this idea of making stuff, then there's a possibility that we could get some money and go travel further afield, have some better equipment to make them with. I don't think I struggle for equipment. I think it's financially is getting out there and finding places to fish, which costs money. You know, travel costs money, and as much as I love doing it, it's kind of, if this isn't paying, I can't keep sinking money into it and hope for the best. So Patreon, sponsors, wherever way. What I'm going to try and do is mix it up a bit. So some shorter videos on very simple subjects. Like I've got one to do for, if I find it, you know, like, I don't want to do stuff that's been done before, but things like rigging the whiptail grubs for jerk baits, and some very short videos that are more likely to kind of hit that mainstream which people use, rather than the kind of long and complicated bills that I think people get to the end of and I mean, it's taken me about a week to make this last video, and to be honest, when I finished it today, I was excited, but I was also just bloody exhausted through staring at the same thing. I kind of started editing the end cut of it about dropped the kids off about 9:30 this morning and finished about 5 o'clock. And when you've heard that music over and over and over again, you've looked at the same bit of video over and over again, you've moved bits, it can be a bit of a killer. Well, I think this is probably about hard enough. Well, it's still not incredibly hard, but right, let's open the mould, see what we've got. I'm just aware that this is... I'm trying to do this so the camera can see. Okay. So there's the skull. That's going to take probably, I would give that another half an hour before polishing it up to get really hard. I don't know whether that's in focus. So here's one I prepared earlier, which is just basically the same thing. And what I've done with this is just taken some paper. Where I find the paper. I did have some paper, but it looks to have gone walkies. Hang on, 1 second. Just put the mic down. Oh. Okay, so basically to get a bit of a shine on there, I mean these things never polish up like proper metal, so this is aluminium powder, so what you get is a kind of brushed aluminium effect. If I just shine that up, I'm just seeing if I can get that close enough so you can see the kind of shine on it and sheen. Place it back there then. So basically it's working, and what that does is it's like sanding a piece of aluminium. There's a very thin surface of aluminium on there, and that just polishes it to a shine. See you later, Rafu Sam Mosebally is going to sleep. So the final thing to do with that is just this, which is a little bit of acrylic varnish, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to dip it. Whoa, whoa, very slowly, and take it out very slowly. Polyurethane resin, well this type isn't UV stabilized, so that aluminium will protect it, but also this varnish will protect it. So I'm going to give that probably about half an hour, no actually 2 hours with this stuff, and give it another coat, and that'll give me a nice shiny glossy, and also protect it. You want a skull jighead? If you want a chance at winning one, get over to Patreon. I'll post a link below. I think that's about it. Let me just see. I just wanted to do this short vid just to demonstrate something basically. So the question I would ask you is, what do you want to see video wise, and what do you want to see live stream wise? I had an idea that possibly live stream wise would be to do something, because these are quite simple to make, is to demonstrate something if I'm doing a live stream rather than just do quick question and answers. I thought maybe do a carve along where we make a broom pole there over a few nights and do kind of half an hour of carving, then maybe some stuff like that. So what I'm going to do, because I need to change things up basically to attract more people to this channel and a wider audience. So I'm going to try some more live streams. I'm going to try some smaller, shorter videos, but I also want to keep the same kind of quality and standard of videos that I make, the longer versions that I've been doing lately as well. I really bloody enjoy them and I want to keep on making them. The only really thing that gets me is I don't get out and fish more, basically. Roman made mothers. I'm going to go now. As I say, if you want a skull jighead, this is a shameless promotion for my patron channel. Thanks for watching. Leave some comments below, leave me some comments below, suggestions what to do for live streams. A build video is a good one, so that's a really great idea, I think, is to do a build video, because often what you don't see is real time, how long it takes me to do something. So this video has done 26 minutes I've made this. If I was making these probably on my own, it would be, I think, 10 minutes. 10 minutes a pop. I'm going to go anyway. Thanks everybody who turned up for watching. Happy Halloween. Go and eat some pumpkin or whatever sweets have left over. I can't believe that we have had no trick-or-treaters here. Thanks for watching. See you later.